Welcome to another episode of Help from a Sister, and I'm your host, Veronica White. Today's topic is how to share. There's a couple of people in my life that has taught me how to share the way that they think I should. So one was my grandmother Lou. She felt it was her job to teach me how to share the proper way versus the way that I was sharing. So my dad owned a candy store when I was younger, and I used to go be with my dad every weekend. So when I come home from spending time with my dad, I would have a bag of candy. So my cousin, hubby, will go and tell my grandmother Lou, hey, she just made it home from with her dad. She has a bag of candy. So my grandma tell him, hey, tell her to come in. Tell her to come here. So I go in. I'm smiling. I'm happy. I'm on cloud 10 because I enjoy spending time with my dad. So she's like, you had a good time with your dad? And I was like, yes. She was like, and you have candy? I said, yes, I do. She was like, bring it here. I said, Grandma, I've already shared. I gave everybody a handful, and the rest is mine. If their daddy wanted them to have candy, he would have brought it. But this is for me. My dad said I don't have to share. She was like, oh, okay, bring me the candy. She took my bag of candy, emptied it on the dining room table, gave everybody an equal share. Now, mind you, it's my candy. And now I have less than everybody else because they have that handful that I already given them. In addition to, she split it all up equally and said, this is the proper way of sharing. This is how it's supposed to be done. Yeah, I know I didn't like it. I rolled my ass. I couldn't say nothing smart back to her, but I was just not happy. All right, 20 years later, I'm an adult. I have 2 kids, and they're in football and cheerleading. So I would probably have anywhere from 6 to 8 girls in addition to my 2 kids on the weekends at my house. So if I stop to get something to eat, I didn't say, DJ and Sierra, you get what you want. Everybody else, you have $3. I said, hey, everybody is allowed $3. You pick whatever you want, just don't go over $3, and we're good. That's thanks to my grandmother Lou teaching me how to share the proper way. That's one lesson. So I have a stepmother, Pookie. She had 3 daughters. And then I was my dad's oldest child and his only child at the time. Well, I think my brother Calvin was born, but he didn't go with us. So I used to inform Pookie that because he's with my daddy and I'm his oldest child and only child at the time, I'm first. And then her daughters get everything after me because that's my daddy. So she looked at me and she smiled and she said, yes, you're his daughter. They're my daughters. We're together. You're our kids. So we do things according to age. It's not whose child is who. We're together. So our kids are taken care of. Please know I didn't like her at times. But those were lessons that I needed to learn at that time. So therefore, when I became an adult and I started dating, it wasn't my kids are here because they're mine and your kids are there. It's these are our kids and we need to just treat them accordingly. Each child is different and unique, and we need to just be there for them on whatever level they're. Okay. So this is the last lesson. I'm sorry. This is the last lesson that I want to share in reference to. Okay, so the next lesson that I learned about sharing from my grandmother Pookie, I'm sorry, she's not my grandmother, from my stepmother Pookie, was back in the 90s, they did a lottery, a Section 8 lottery. And she called me one day and was like, hey, did you know that they were doing a Section 8 lottery? And I said, no, I had no knowledge. I was working, probably in school too. I was like, no, I'm not aware of it. She was like, okay, they have a lottery and the deadline is tomorrow. I have an application. I'm going to make you a copy of my application. Come by, pick it up. I need you to fill it out and it has to be postmarked by tomorrow. So I'm like, okay. When I got work, I'll stop by there and pick it up. So I went by her house. I picked up the, now mind you, she made a copy of her application. She gave it to me. I did exactly as she asked me to. I filled it out, I mailed it. And several months later, once they did the lottery, I was picked in the lottery to get Section 8. So I received Section 8 from 1999, early 2000s. I guess this when it started dispersing or and used the voucher to find an apartment until 2007. I received Section 8. And the only way that I was able to get it was because my stepmother made a copy of her application. I filled it out and sent it in. That was a blessing. When I received it, I'm pretty sure it was a difficult time because 1999 was a difficult year for me. 2000, it was very trying. I was going through some things personally. I had just lost my daughter. She was a twin. So yeah, I wasn't in a good place. But God was still trying to bless me and show me that there's light at the end of the tunnel. My reasoning for sharing stories of sharing is because I was thinking back last week when I was with my grandson. He's 7. And I had picked him up and we were headed to the house. And he got in the car and all he wanted to do was play on his iPad. So I'm like, DJ, how was school? He was like, school was fine, Nana. I'm like, tell me about your new teacher. He kind of gave me a look like I was bothering him. And I smiled and I said, DJ, give me your iPad. He like, why, Nana? I'm like, because we're going to have a conversation. He was like, a conversation about what? I said, a conversation about school. What have you done for the last week and a half? I haven't saw you. However, DJ, it is my job to teach you how to have a conversation with a person versus riding in the car and you focusing on your iPad all weekend. So give me the iPad, let's have a conversation. And when I made it home and I was thinking about the conversation I just had with him, it made me go back and reflect when I was around his age and my grandmother Lou taught me how to share. So she wasn't doing it to be mean or spiteful. She felt it was her job to teach me how to share the proper way so that 20 years later, I cannot show favoritism to my kids when I'm around other kids. I can share with my grandkids information. And for me now to say, hey, it's my job to help them learn certain lessons. Their parents are doing an okay job. But as a grandmother, there's some things that only I can teach them in a way that I can teach them because of the way that I was brought up and how the village that helped me become this young lady that you see today, I can extend that village and help my grandkids and other kids by sharing stories of things that happened way back when, but how I can apply them to my life now. And now it comes full circle where, oh, so now I understand the lessons she was trying to teach me that I didn't like. And I felt at the time that I could have went without learning that lesson. But hindsight, no, that was a lesson I needed to learn that benefit me throughout my life. And even today, the things I do is because of the way I was taught as a child. So another thing my grandmother used to do, which I did not like, she used to have us take vitamins. SSS tonic, Father John. If we told her we weren't feeling well, she cleaned us out. Like she was there with us. She cooked, she cleaned, she talked to us, she made us pray, she made us read the Bible. Well, she read the Bible to us. She took us to church. We don't have too many more of those grandmothers today that was like that back then when I was younger. I think once my generation got a little older, the grandmothers was trying to live their life. They wasn't really trying to be in the house and watch all their grandkids. I'm not saying all, I'm just gonna say something. So that teaching that we received as a collective group, me and my cousins, my younger cousins now don't have that experience and they don't remember. I can't say they don't remember, they just didn't have that experience growing up, all being in one house and just enjoying each other and having fun. We didn't know what we didn't have because we had each other. We can go outside and play all day and then come back in and there was something to eat and there was someone there to watch us. That's my rant for today. Thank you for listening. All rights are reserved by Help from a Sister. Enjoy your day.